Okay, so we're back to our VDIworks client system, which is running on an IBM laptop with our Hyper-V console running here with a single virtual machine that shows us 5% CPU usage when a full screen 720p video is running, but VDIworks is not yet connected. Let me now go back to my client and actually connect to that virtual machine, and you'll instantly see that video that was playing back, it continues to play back. The CPU usage now on the Hyper-V console will reflect both the 5% that it took to actually run the video, plus another 3% required to remote out the video using VDIworks. So the VDIworks overhead in this case is only 3% of the CPU, where the entire screen of the client is being consumed with a 720p video. That's minimal overhead for a VDI-based remoting protocol. Let me go back and show you some other applications running within that virtual machine. eDrawings, which is a CAD application. Again, these are the kinds of applications that you would typically not expect to run within a VM, and nor would you expect to get excellent local-like performance on a VDI remoting protocol. I'm going to do a render on a relatively complex eDrawing model that we've got on screen. Remember that this is a live render, so there's no pre-encoded video that's simply being played back. The CPU is actually being used not only to remote out the video, but also to show the rendered model and rendering it in real time on screen. Again, let's go back. Let's look at the CPU usage. You'll notice that in this case the CPU usage oscillates between 0 and 10%, and the reason for that is that the actual CPU consumed for the rendering varies. As the model is being animated, CPU is being used, and when the model stops being animated, VDIworks being an extremely efficient protocol is no longer actually transmitting the changes. So with our adaptive delta transmission algorithm, we're only transmitting things that are changing on screen, and we're compressing those very efficiently as well. So we've got a standard 100 megabit enterprise network, really low usage on a CPU level, and we've got an excellent user experience. No codec dependence, this being a non-pre-encoded video, just a regular CAD model being rotated. Okay, now let's look at some of the more usual Office-like applications. So here's a PowerPoint. I click on a slide, move on to another slide, and again you see that transitions are instantaneous. Let's put this in full screen mode so we can see how the animations work. Back, back, forward, immediate, just like you would expect on a local system. That is VDIworks running optimized on a Hyper-V VM. Thank you very much for viewing our demo.